Final. On our commentary team we have the lovely Trish Young again, getting a regular in the seat here, and the legend himself, Bobby Donnelly. So yeah, this final between the two men in the open, it's going to be a cracker. Bobby. Well, glad to have you here, Bobby Donnelly, the CEO of Bowl South Africa.
Good afternoon, Jacques, and welcome to all our viewers. Hopefully we can get the viewers up to 5,000 this afternoon. That would be great. So contact your friends. I am Bobby Donnelly, and it's a privilege to be here this afternoon in a beautiful sunny Cape Town. Few little blankets of clouds are building up, but nothing serious. Doesn't look like we'll have rain, so we're in for a wonderful afternoon. No wind, perfect day for bowls. Beside me I have ex-Protea bowler and a wonderful lady, Trish Young.
Thank you, Bobby. Pleasure to have you with us. And I'd just like to make a special mention and a special hello to Donnie Picketh, who I know is listening. We're missing you, Donnie.
Yeah, good afternoon, Don. It is sad not to see you here, but there's always events in the future where I'm sure we can use you. Thanks so much. Thanks for offering your services. But the ladies' final will be between Annika Steyman from Western Province, and she will be playing against Jolene Bronkhorst from Eden. We will update you with their scores from time to time. The veteran men final will be Rudy Jacobs from Northern Free State against Francois Kuhn from BGN. We'll update you on the scores of those as well. Then the Open men's final, it's wonderful to see Matthew Sperry in his debut in the Masters. Matthews actually came in as a reserve, as a substitute, and he went through a very tough section by only losing one game. He's up against Niksa Benguric. It was very tight this morning. There were three of them in that section who had lost two games, but Niksa held his nerve and he came through. So it's going to be two new faces on the block wonderful to see new faces springing up, and we're looking forward to that game. In the junior men, we've got young Cecil Borman, who's played in the final before and won the junior tournament before as well, so he gets a second bite at the cherry, and he will be up against Kulwani Kanili from Natal Inland. It's wonderful to see an African player playing here, or actually two African players playing in a final. We've got Matthew Sperry and Kulwani Kanili, and I'd like to take this opportunity of thanking Tians Fraser. Tians Fraser does a wonderful job with the development of these young players, and already we've seen the fruits of it. Kulwani went through unbeaten in his section, so I'm looking forward to seeing him play. And then finally, in the vets women, we've got Sue Tar from BGN against Susan Nell. Ironically, both of them are substitutes or reserves, so they've grabbed the opportunity. So well done to all the players in the final. The junior women, we have Francesca Balleri, who pipped Emma this morning, Emma Murphy, and we have Marisol Rousseau from BGN. So BGN feature predominantly in the finals. They are in 5 of the 6 games, so well done to BGN bowls.
Thanks, Bobby, for that rundown.
Yeah, and remember you can watch the live stream of the men's junior final on the Burnt End Productions Facebook page, and the veteran ladies will be on Talking Heads, Cape Town's YouTube channel. So a lot of bowls that we can watch here. I'm just going to fix that camera there. I don't know wait for the game to stop.
Right, in the first end, Matthew Sperry picked up a 1 shot. He's now holding 2 very good bowls. Niksa is just struggling with his weight at this stage of the game, but there's plenty of time. I'm sure he will adjust. At the moment, it's Niksa 2 down, possibly 3, and he's playing his backhand. Okay, so that's 1 shot to Matthews. Sorry about the pause in commentary there. Right, hopefully no more technical glitches. So Matthew Sperry is 2-0 up against Niksa Bengurik. For the viewers who are not accustomed to sets play, this is the new format that they are applying in world bowls. Some of the players enjoy it, some of them do not enjoy it. I suppose who you ask, if you ask a winner, he'll probably give you a different answer to the loser. But this is the format that they are playing. They're playing 9 end sets, not shots, 9 end sets. So the person who wins the first set gets 1 point, and then the person who wins the second set also gets 1 point. Obviously, if player wins 2 sets in a row, he's won the game. If it's 1 set each, they play a 3-end tiebreak. And unlike the PBA in the UK, where they play ends in a tiebreak, whoever wins the end gets a point. This is different. We actually play shots here, so there will be a tiebreak of 3 ends, and in the 3 ends, whoever scores the most shots over those 3 ends. Obviously, in the final, if a player is more than 4 shots up playing the last end of a set, they won't complete that set.
After they were peels after the tiebreak end.
Matthew Sperry was involved in that
Yes,
one. He played a brilliant shot with his last bowl.
So if we're very lucky, we might get a repeat in the finals.
Yes, I think yesterday in one section, 3 of the 4 games went to an extra end of a tiebreak, which meant the score was either 3-all or 4-all or 2-all after the 3 ends, and then they play an extra end in the final. At the moment, Niksa hasn't found his range yet, but I'm sure he will find it soon.
He played on the heavier B green this morning, so coming to the C, which is a couple of seconds faster. Maybe that's the problem.
Yes, they're just struggling to reach the stage, but Matthews has played a great shot. He's trailed the jack.
And of course, Matthews played on this green this morning.
Yeah, that is a big advantage. But I'm sure it won't take long for Niksa to adjust. But at the moment, it looks like it's 2 or 3 shots to Matthews. The object to try and hang in there and not let the guy get too far away from you, because then you start chasing and that's when you start dropping more ends. So that's
Brilliant bowl.
Matthews has found his range straight away. Matthews has played exceptionally good bowls this tournament. He only lost the 1 game. I'll give you the rundown to the final after this bowl. So this is a big bowl now from Niksa, but I don't think he's got the weight. He's dropped short again. So I think it will still be the 2 down. He might have snuck in for second shot.
Amazing, Bobby, how well BGN have done in this Masters tournament.
Yeah. Yes, Trish, and I'm not surprised. You know, they're very organised in their district. They've got a lot of camps, development camps, and it's a lesson for other districts to learn from. You know, all these young players that are coming through now. We've got Brendan Ferns, Niksa. We've got Cecil Borman, who's playing in the final now, and we've got young players coming through from BGN, which is exciting to see. So BGN, congratulations to you. You must be doing a sterling job. Right, if I can give you the rundown to the final. Matthew Sperry, his first game, he played against Victor Sapali. It was a great game. Went to a tiebreak, which Matthews won. His second game, he played the reigning champion Jason Evans. It also went to a tiebreak, and Matthews Phiri beat Jason on the tiebreak. Then he played Andre Rousseau. Similarly, he won it on a tiebreak as well. No, sorry, he beat Andre 2 sets to love. He then played Bradley Robinson, who was doing really well in the tournament, on a tiebreak. And then he played Victor Sapali, which he won on a tiebreak as well. And then his last game, or second last game, he played against Siapia Matthewson. He won that on a tiebreak as well. And in the last game, he played against Zane Rooch, and he won on a tiebreak. So basically, Matthews had only won 1 game, 2 sets to love. All the others were 1 set all. And Matthews has got BMT, so he's won all 5 of his tiebreak games. But having a look at the game now, Niksa's found his range now. I think they've lengthened the jack a little bit, and Matthews has battled with his weight this end. Important for Niksa to score the next couple of heads to keep in contact. And then the other section was very, very close. There were 3 players who were in contention this morning. Niksa held his nerve to win on a tiebreak as well to go through. Niksa did not win any of his games 2 sets to love. However, he did win 1 game 1.5 sets to a half. So also big on tiebreaks, very good on tiebreaks. All the tiebreaks that he played in, which were 4 of them, he won all 4 as well. So Niksa in his first game beat Andrew Sturley. His second game he beat Brendan Ferns. The third game he beat Herman Heiseman. And then he lost to Jerry Baker. He beat Prince Nilondo. He beat Wayne Roberts. And in the final game, he beat Sean Thomas on a tiebreak as well. Right, Niksa has really clawed his way back into the game now, and he's looked like he's picked up a 4, which will mean that he takes the lead.
How are we doing in the ladies' final, Bobby? Can you see?
Yes, I can see at the moment after 3 ends, Jolene Bronkhorst is 3-2 up against Annika Snyman after 3 ends.
Actually amazing, because this is her very first Masters.
It's wonderful to see the new faces coming through, Trish.
And she only lost 1 game, I think. I think she lost this morning to Esme Haley, who I think has come in for the bronze medal.
Yeah. So in Jolene's section, Jolene only lost 1 game, which was the game this morning. It didn't really matter whether she won it or lost. She really won the section. But along the way, she had beaten Desi Rosenblatt, Secha Mokoto, Nikki Neal, Esme Kruger, Ina Phiri, and Jackie van Rensburg. Final game, she lost to Esme Haley. In the other section was a cliffhanger this morning. Whoever won the game between Colleen Picketh and Annika would go through to the final. Annika Snyman went through unbeaten in her section. She won all 7 games against Bridget Carlitz, Marianne van Asvegen, Gillian Young, Leonie Durant, Colleen Picketh, Renee van Niekerk, and Laurie York. I'll just update you on the other scores at the moment. In the ladies juniors, we've got 2 young girls playing. Valeri is playing against Rousseau, and at the moment Rousseau is 5-0 up after 3 ends. In the men's junior final, it's very, very close. It looks like
2-3, Bobby.
yes, but I think Kuliani has just picked up a couple of shots now. So at the moment Kuliani is 5-2 up after 6 ends against Cecil Borman. In the seniors final, we've got Rudy Jacobs playing against Francois Kuhn. After 3 ends, the score is 3-1. And in the ladies veterans final, Sue Tar is 6-1 up after 4 ends against
Susan Nell.
Susan Nell, sorry.
One of my fellow selectors.
Yes, also a selector.
Our fellow selectors.
Our selector, yes.
And she'll be off to Australia tomorrow with the team that are representing South Africa at the multi-nations.
Yes, the team, I will introduce you to the men's side that are going to Australia. They'll be sending 6 players and a manager to Australia. They leave tomorrow from Cape Town. We are in beautiful Cape Town, but they're staying here, they're not going back. And from here they'll fly direct to Australia via Dubai. And the team there is Jason Evans, Victor Sapali, Brendan Ferns, Zane Roots, C.P. Matheson, Bradley Robinson. Those are the 6 players that will be going for the men. And Trish, the ladies?
Good question, Bobby. Let me just think about it. It's Annika Snyman, Bridget Carlitz, Colleen Picketh, Desi Rosenblatt, and Jackie van Rensburg. Oh, and Tabello Wuvongo, yeah.
Right, it looks like Niksa is shot down this end. Matthews has got 1 ball in the head, which is shot, and but he's got an opportunity to make 2 or even trail the jack on the backhand. If he trails the jack, he could make 3 shots. The only problem with that hand is he doesn't want to drift and turn one of Niksa's balls in. But I think in the final you've got to take chances. Try and assert your dominance on the final and play the shots when they're there when they're presented to you. So Matthews might play to try and trail the jack. It looks like he's just trying to draw. Yeah, he
lovely ball.
trailed the jack. I'm not sure if it's enough for 3, but that was definitely the right shot.
Looks like one, Bobby.
Yeah, it's only the one. Unfortunately, if he got the jack full, he could have made 3 out of it. The score now in the men's final is Matthew Sperry 4, Niksa Bengurik 4 after 5 ends. The ladies' final, Annika Snyman, Jolene Bronkhorst, that's 3 all after 4 ends. In the men's vets, Rudy Jakob is still 3-1 up against Francois Kuhn, and the ladies' vets looks like Sue Tar's running away with the first set. She's 10-1 up after 5 ends.
And Cecil Bourneman's just picked up a 3 to go 6-5.
Yes, Cecil's just dropped a 2 and now he's picked up a 3. It's a ding-dong game, this one. Cecil has obviously got a lot more experience than Kuliani. Kuliani is only 20 years old, and it's wonderful to see him here playing in the juniors. Cecil has played in the juniors before and had actually won the juniors, and he's been in the final a couple of times as well, so he's got a good pedigree, and that experience might just help him at the end. There was a very good opener from Matthews. It seems to me on this type of green, the person who gets there first normally ends up scoring the shot at the end. It's very difficult to play the weighted shots on this green. The ball just seems to hang a little bit extra if you play with a weighted shot. And when you come inside the line, it tends to bend away. So the first ball, every head is crucial. I don't think Niksa got that one away at all. Oh, he had the weight. I think if he slipped that ball, he would have got the shot. But he's opened the door now for Matthews to draw another one. And on a heavier sort of surface like this, which is running at about 11-12 seconds, the idea is to try and move the jack with every ball. When you try and dead draw, you're going to end up playing short. So rather play half a yard or half a meter through the head. Looking across the green, there are many short balls, so it's very difficult to then try and dead draw on this green. Nick's is looking good, yeah. He's played a good shot, but unfortunately just didn't bend to the jack, so Matthews is still holding the one.
There's quite a nice hit going on there in the Ladies Open, Bobby. Look at those balls.
The Ladies Open scores 3 all after 4 ends, and have compiled a beautiful end there. Annika has drawn 4 great balls around the jack. Now she could be holding 4. Jolene played a good shot. She connected the shot ball, but unfortunately she connected on the side, so that could be 4 shots to Jolene. I'm out to Annika, which means that she will take a 7-3 lead after 6 ends.
Oh, there looks to be a Jolene ball just lurking behind.
Yes, I'm not sure if that ball is in before, but the flip-up marker has already taken off 3 balls. And they're measuring for 4.
Yeah, Annika's asked Debbie Phillips to measure. Debbie, who's marking the game, is from the Durbanville Club.
From our angle here, it looks like it could be 4, but we'll have a look at that. And the ladies' junior final is wonderful to see 2 young ladies playing. We'd like to have an interview with them afterwards. 2 lovely young ladies, future of the game, future of the sport. It's wonderful to see so many young girls playing. So Matthew Sperry picks up a 1. Matthew Sperry now takes a 5-4 lead after 6 ends in the first set. In the junior men, Kuliani just picked up a a 3. So Kuliani now takes a 7-5 lead against Cecil Berman after 7 ends.
Lovely first bowl there.
Yes, and Kuliani has just drawn a bowl about 3 inches in front of the jack with his opener. He's played wonderful bowls this weekend. I had the privilege of watching him in the Interprovincial Beat tournament last week as well. And he certainly was one of the best leads there at that tournament. Young man, only 20 years old. Wonderful to see. Very nice personality, very respectful. He's really a role model for the up and coming young players. Matthew Sperry again has drawn a very good opener. A couple of inches behind the jack, and Niksa again trying to dead draw, and that's what happens when you try and dead draw. You tend to fall short on the surface. And Annika Snyman is playing really, really good bowls at the moment. She's really dominating that game. She just picked up a 3 previous end, and the next end she threw a longish head, and her first bowl was a front toucher. That's showing you experience. When you pick up a kill, a 3 or a 4, it's important to try and score the next end as well. So,
and don't forget, Bobby, she was a member at this club, so she's used to these greens.
Yes.
She joined Goodwood this season from here.
That's wonderful. And at the moment, Rudy Jacobs is dominating the men's final. Rudy Jacobs is 7-4 up after 5 ends against Francois Kuhn.
As he did last year, in last year's final, if you remember.
Yes, Rudy was in the final last year, and he played against Stoffel Lamprecht. Stoffel won the seniors last year. Looks like Niksa is holding the 2 shots. He's drawn a very good bowl, and a second bowl he just drew a couple of feet behind the jack, but at this stage it looks like it's the 2 shots. Well, Matthew's definitely got second shot there. Important end, this the 7th end.
I wonder if that front bowl of Niksa's is
The shot.
the shot.
I think the marker indicated he's actually changed his mind now, so it could be a measure. The ladies juniors, they're also having very, very good ends. Marisol Rousseau against Francis Balleri. At this stage, Marisol Rousseau has taken a 6-1 lead after 5 ends, and Marisol is holding the shot at the moment. So it looks like Marisol is dominating that set. The first set is important, I think, in a final to try and win the first set. Puts the other player under pressure straight away. So Niksa ended up picking up a 2 that end. So Niksa now takes a 6-5 lead going into the last end of the set. So if Niksa scores here, he wins the set. If Matthew Sperry scores a single, that set will be tied, half a point each. If Matthews picks up a 2, he will win the set. It's very important to try and get the first ball close now, and that's exactly what Niksa's done. You find the top players, when they have to play well, that's when they come to light. That's experience showing through, so well done to Niksa, a great opener there. He leaves Matthews under huge pressure, but we've seen a lot of times in this weekend where Matthews has played great shots on the last end of a tie break to win the game. And he just slipped there, but it's a very good bowl, just slightly behind, which gives him the option of trailing the jack later for 2. So as far as Niksa's Matthew Sperry is concerned, it doesn't matter how many he drops this head, whether he drops a 1 or a 2 or a 3 or a 4, it won't have any effect on the game. Niksa's turned his own bowl and he's landed slightly behind the jack. Matthews now correctly has changed his hand to the backhand. He's got 2 options there, but I don't think he's reached the end. Just needed a little bit more weight. Great line, but
Very close.
he's given himself a great opportunity to actually sit that bowl for 2 or trail the jack for 2. I think Niksa will try and rest Matthews' second shot to negate the shot that Matthews is trying to play. And Niksa has drawn a great bowl almost directly in front of the jack, which means it's very difficult now to get around that bowl and to trail the jack. So Matthews will have to change his hand again, I think. I don't think he can get around the bowl. Matthews has asked the marker whether he can come and have a look at the head. The rules say that you may only inspect the head after your 3rd bowl, but in a case like this, the umpire will always be lenient if the player asks if he can visit the head. And Matthews correctly has slowed the game down a little bit just to calm himself down, walk down slowly, get the thoughts together in his mind, visualize the shot he's going to play, and then go and execute the shot. I think Matthews will change his hand. I think he will go back to the forehand. I don't think he can get he's sticking to the backhand. He's going to find it very difficult to come around that short bowl.
Has he got the weight, Bobby?
No, he's played short there. I think he was in 2 minds there, in fact. I don't think I think the reason why he's short is because he didn't want to play with too much weight, otherwise he would never come back to the bowl. So by doing that, he took his weight off, and
Keneally's won the first set in the junior men. They're now playing the first end of the second set.
yeah, that's great for Keneally.
I think Niksa's drawing up very short, very strange bowl. I wonder if the wind affected it.
And it'll be wonderful to see. It's normally the case that if the junior wins the junior tournament, he gets invited, if he so wishes, to play in the Open Masters next year. He doesn't have to take that option. We have had cases in the past where the players said no, they would prefer another year in the juniors, they're not ready for the Open. But my advice to them is take the opportunity, play in the Open Masters, and gain all the experience that you can.
As Gillian Young did this year. She won the junior ladies last year and she elected to play in the Open.
Yes. Kulyani is playing really well. He's holding 2 on the first end of the second set. Cecil was short with all 3 of his bowls.
Oh, 2 in a measure.
Kulyani could be holding 3 shots, which will put Cecil under huge pressure playing the first end of the second set. Kulyani won the first end.
In the ladies open, I think Jolene's about to pick up a couple.
So Niksa Bengurik won the first set. He's got 1 foot on the, or 1 hand on the trophy at the moment. Let's hopefully he can continue. As we said, this is Matthews' debut at the Masters, so he obviously is feeling a bit under pressure. His body language is showing that as well. He seems to be very nervous in the final, which he didn't show during the sectional play. And Niksa, as ever, is cool as a cucumber. Niksa's had a really, really great week this week. Played some excellent bowls, played big shots when he needed to, and really is a player for the future. And having said that, Niksa would drop his first bowl 2 yards short, and Matthews, the professional that he is, took advantage of it. Very often when you allow the other person in with his first bowl, he ends up drawing very close.
It's a great bowl.
That's why it's so important to get that first bowl close in the game of singles. So Niksa didn't want to be short again, and then he overadjusts, and now he's in big trouble if Matthews draws another one.
Oh, Jolene picked up a 3 there in the Ladies Open.
Sorry, the markers on the side of the green had the incorrect ends. I see they've changed it now. So this is actually the last end of the set. It's not the first end of the second set. The score is 7-5 to Niksa, playing the last end of the tiebreak. So Matthews needs 2 shots this end.
He's trying very hard with this one.
Unfortunately, he found the bowl, but Niksa's bowl fell in. So at this stage, it looks like Matthews is holding 1 shot.
Could be a nice shot up on the backhand onto the...
Definitely, Trish. It doesn't have to be short. Even if he finds his front bowl onto the jack, he can move the jack. He's got the ball waiting at the back.
I like that shot. It looks
And if he
good,
finds
yeah.
the outside bowl, he turns Niksa's ball out for 3 to win the set. But Niksa is playing his last bowl. It's important for him to try and get another ball into the head to negate that option. And that's exactly what he's done. He's drawn a front toucher. He has a back bowl. So Matthews has got a very difficult shot now. He's got to play it on the forehand and try and get the jack back to his bowl, and his bowl must follow through for 2. That's the only option he has at this stage. Probably needs about 3-4 meters of weight to try and find the edge of the bowl, and hopefully the jack jumps to the back and his bowl follows through.
No, he's on the backhand. Maybe he sees a snooker shot. Is he on the backhand? Oh.
Atsuta has won the first set in the Ladies Veterans Open. Annika Snyman is now 8-6 up after 7 ends in the ladies final.
And lying one.
Very, very impressed with Annika as a bowler. Very level-headed. And I think she's going to be the future of bowls in South Africa going forward.
And just a bit of information, I spotted her when she was 13 in Bredasdorp. We went there for a weekend and played against her. And I spoke to Jessica and said this one's for the future.
It's amazing how many of these young players come from the outlying areas.
Oh, Jolene has just played a perler and drawn the shot.
A great shot there from Jolene. So if Jolene picks up a 1 this end, it would be 1 shot difference playing the last end. But Annika still has a bowl, and I wouldn't discount her of getting the shot to the last bowl. She has a difficult shot to play, but she's coming up to have a look at the head. Niksa's opener was very, very good on the second set, and Matthews had excellent weight. It could be a measure for shot now. And Cecil Borman, after dropping a 2 in the first end, picked up a 3 in the second end. So after 2 ends in the men's final, Kuliani won the first set and it 3-2 down in the second set. Rudy Jacobs is 12-4 up against Francois Kuhn. So that set is basically finalized because they've played 8 ends, so no need to play the last end of the set. In the sectional play, the players had to play 9 ends just in case shot aggregate came into it.
Oh, Annika just played a wonderful ball.
Annika played a great shot there, world class. The ladies' final, their heads are actually closer than what the men's ends are at the final. There's probably 8 bowls there, and I think the furthest one is about a foot away. So that was great bowling from the ladies. In the ladies' juniors, Marisol Rousseau is 8-5 up with Baleri after 8 ends. So Marisol can afford to drop a 1 or a 2 this end, and she will still win that set.
Now the wind's coming up.
Oh, Trish, this is not wind from Cape Town. I've been here when the black southeaster is blown, where it moves the bowls around and the jacks around. Oh, that was a great shot from Matthews. Well done, Matthews.
He seems to specialise in those. I've seen him do it a few times.
He did it against Jason Evans with the last bowl on the extra head of a tiebreak. He played a similar shot to win the game.
And it's always nice weighted, controlled shots.
Yes,
He never seems to lose his bowl.
Yes. Very composed on the green, you know. Very nice person. Matthews is the greenkeeper at Edenvale Bowling Club. So congratulations to all those members at Edenvale Bowling Club who have helped him along in his development in bowls.
3 to Matthews.
So in the first end of the second set, Matthews picks up a 3. Marisol has just drawn a back toucher, so it's going to be very difficult for Baleri to score a 3 this end. Matthews.
We mentioned this morning about how it's a family affair with Brendan Ferns, who is the fiance of Marisol, and Andre Rousseau, her father, also played in this tournament.
Yes, wonderful to see the whole families down here. The mother, the father, the grandfather, uncle, cousins, girlfriends, boyfriends are all here supporting, which is wonderful to see. And Annika now has played another brilliant shot. She's really on fire in this final. Annika is 9-6 up, and she was a couple down, but she's managed to get second shot. But taking nothing away from Jolene. Jolene is also playing exceptional bowls.
Which is great considering it's her very first Masters.
Yes. That's two great openers from Matthews. What I find about Matthews, when he puts one ball close, the other three follow. Very, very consistent once he finds his weight.
Wish he could tell me his secret.
And I've seen it the whole week. I've seen those orange bowls pepper the jack the whole week. And as in most singles games, Trish, the first two bowls, particularly the first bowl, are vital to try and get close to force the pressure on the other player. Now he will try and take an extra bit of grasp when he was playing, or less grasp if he's playing with weight, and that's when the player starts losing his weight.
Does he lead for his district?
Matthews, he did play in the district this year. I think he was playing lead or second for Eastern Gauteng. The Kuruleni bowls.
Kuruleni, yeah.
Yes.
Because you always find a good lead is usually a good singles player.
Yeah.
Oh, Niksa must be trying hard with this one.
Niksa's drawn a great shot. It's not shot, but it certainly could be second or third. That's only one shot to Matthew, so great second shot there by Niksa. There's no danger by Matthews playing the backhand. If he does manage to touch the jack slightly, he could make 4 out of it. I think he's just overgrassed it. Well, he turned the ball and made 4 shots. What a great shot there. Brilliant shot, Matthews Phiri.
Oh.
I think there's only one option now for Niksa. I think he's got to run that head.
I don't think he's going to be short.
No. The only problem is Niksa's got a short bowl, which might worry him, and he might go too wide. But he's just got to ignore that front bowl and try and connect. Anything there he connects, he's going to take bowls out. Niksa's having a full go at it. Oh, and he found the short
as you
bowl.
predicted, the short bowl.
Yeah, unfortunate about that because he was definitely dead on target there. So it's 4 shots to Matthew Sperry. Matthew Sperry takes a 7-0 lead now in the final, in the second set. And Niksa had won the first set, so after 2 ends, Matthew Sperry 7, Niksa Bengurik 0. Maricel Rousseau won the first set in the junior ladies. And Rudy Jacobs won the first set against Francois Kuhn. And Sue Tar, who convincingly won the first set against Susan Null, is now 7-2 up after 3 ends. So it looks like Sue Tar is well on her way to a gold medal there.
And Cornelius just bowled 2 wonderful bowls.
Yeah,
right in front of us.
One bowl about 2 inches behind the jack, and then he outdid that with his second ball. He drew a front toucher.
Oh.
He certainly is beating Cecil to the draw. Cecil tried to play with a bit of weight and just there was a touch wide. But I'm very, very impressed with this young man, Kuliani. He plays lead for the Natal Inland B-side. So congratulations to Natal, KwaZulu-Natal. Natal Inland, Pietermaritzburg area.
Oh, could this be a blocker?
And Cecil played a great shot. He actually found the front toucher, but he just connected it on the side, so it's still 2 shots for Kuliani. Back to the men's final again. The heads are a little bit sprayed compared to the other games. I think both players are feeling the tension. Niksa looks a little bit uncomfortable this set.
He does, doesn't he? He doesn't look like his
Yes.
normal confident self.
But that's what pressure does. It only takes one or two ends to exert the pressure back onto the other player.
Oh, I think Matthews is pulling up very
Yes.
short on this one.
You know, sometimes when you go into a 7-0 lead or whatever, you think, okay, well, that set's mine, but you've got to keep up with the pressure. But there's a couple of twos and the other player's back in the set. Important to continue with the pressure, bowl after bowl. And Niksa was slightly unlucky. If he found his outside bowl, he would have got shot. Could have possibly have made two, but he went through the gap. That's what happens when you are losing. You normally seem to find the gaps. I'm sure many of our bowler will tell you, Trish, that we get no luck, but you actually make your own luck.
You do. Going back to the ladies, Jolene's lying two beautiful shots there. Oh,
Well, Matthews now has trailed the jack and to shot down, and very often it happens in a game. That's the head that turns the game around when you give away a shot. You'll reflect afterwards and say, "Phew, if I didn't trail that jack, I didn't give away the shot." But it's not too serious at this stage because Matthews will then now take a 7-1 lead after 3 ends. It wasn't a very pretty head there from the men's, but we expect them both to start upping the game now that the finishing line is nearby. That's when the top players really start playing well. Kolyani again, the youngster, has already drawn another front toucher. What's actually wonderful to see is that all the juniors that played in this event are all sitting around the green watching their fellow juniors play in the final. And they're supporting each other, and it's wonderful to see. There's a new vibe, there's a new energy amongst them. They're happy when their fellow competitors do well. They don't run them down, they're just happy, and it's like one big group and they're all friends together. Wonderful to see.
Yes, Bobby, I think the thing is many of them coming from the junior national tournament that's happening in a few months or the end of the beginning of April.
Yes.
They've come through the ranks from there,
Yes.
so they've been playing together for about 10 to 15 years. So
Yes.
it helps.
Yes.
and I also had the pleasure of going to Amanus to watch the under-30s in September last year, and I just love the camaraderie. It's just amazing.
But nothing is ever meant with ill intent. When they make jokes, it's all under the belt, and they actually are supporting each other. They're happy for each other's success, and I think a lot of bowlers can actually learn from that. Be happy when your competitors are doing well. That shows your strong character. If you go to a green and hopefully that a fellow bowler in your age group is doing well, that's when the negativity and the backstabbing comes in. So it's great to see amongst the juniors. They're just so happy for each other. I know what's going to happen after these finals. The juniors are going to be swamped by their fellow juniors, congratulating them, and it's heartfelt. Heartfelt congratulations. It's not fake congratulations. They really do mean it. So Kolyani picked up a 1 there to go 7-4 up in the men's final. Matthew Sperry again is drawn 3 bowls with excellent weight. His weight control is absolutely immaculate, particularly when he gets 1 bowl there, the others follow. And that's the way he's played the whole week. He's played absolutely brilliant bowls. He's played the pressure shots, and he's shown a lot of character, and it's wonderful to see him playing in the final. I watched the game when Matthew Sperry played Jason Evans, the reigning champion. They went to an extra end of a tiebreak. It meant the tiebreak was peeled after 3 ends, so they played an extra end of a tiebreak, and Jason was holding a side toucher, And Matthew's last bowl, he played and he trailed Jack for game. Well, Cecil got a little bit of a rub, but he would have been close anyway to make himself holding 2, so he's hanging in there. If he picks up a 2 this end, it will only be 7-6 down.
7-3.
4.
Koyani's just turned his own bowl in for second shot. And we have Matthew Sperry again trying to draw for 4. And he's trailed the jack again just to make. That is an absolute brilliant shot from Matthews. Really is great. He's playing absolutely wonderful bowls. Great weight control. Exactly what he... just an update with the ladies' bets. Sue Tar, who convincingly won the first set against Susan L, is now 9-3 up after 5 ends. Francois Kuhn, who lost the first set, is now 5-0 up against Rudy Jacobs. So there's a chance both those games could go to a tiebreak.
I see Francois really pulled up the mat, trying something different.
Yes. Rudy relies a lot on his running shots. And he just seems to have lost the weight for the time being. So that's one shot to Cecil Borman. The score is now 7-5 to Kanyili.
It's getting close. We're playing the 8th end. You want to check?
Sorry for that break. We're back with the men's. Okay.
You've been here before. The odds stacked against you. That tight feeling in your stomach. That twitch in your eye. Because although you've never won Wimbledon, played at the MCG, or brought back the Ashes, all the skills you've honed over a sporting lifetime of highs, lows, wins, losses. Will make you a legend on the green. And that green is just up the road.
All right, we're back again. We're just watching the end of the junior men's game. Cecil has picked up a 2, which means that they go into the last end. Kulyani won the first set, So if Kuliani wins the next set, the next end, he wins the gold medal for the juniors. The fine young gentleman has moved into the commentary box with us, Nometa Movangu. Nometa is the son of a well-known Protea player, Morgan Movangu. Nometa did extremely well this tournament. Can you tell us about your tournament, Nometa?
Hi everyone. I didn't do too bad. I just lost a few sets that cost me quite big to be in the final with my buddy Kwa, and that was a plan, to be with together there with the two French bowls there to confuse the people a bit. But otherwise, no, I'm so happy for my friend to be there.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. No matter, looked like we were going to have two African players playing in the final of the juniors, which would have been wonderful. But do you still get a medal?
Yes, luckily I do. I played a last shot on the last end, my last bowl, just to tap my bowl just enough to get to half the set, so which gave me bronze medal. Yeah.
Congratulations. Looking forward to seeing you at the prize giving.
Thank you. Thanks.
I'll just give you an update now. Matthew Sperry is 13-1 up against Niksa in the second set, so it looks like that game will go to a tiebreak. We're just watching the last end here of the junior men, and Nometa's friend, Kuliani, who he wanted to play in the final, is now playing the last end. If Kuliani gets the shot this end, he is the gold medal.
That's right. That's right. I know my buddy can do it, so thumbs up.
Yes, he's got a little bit of shakes the last end. Cecil's drawn a great shot next to the jack, so Nometa still has 3 balls to go to try and outbeat that one.
Yeah, no, that's true. But he's a very patient man, so we call him the man.
Oh, that's
for
great.
a reason.
That's great. But he's played a shot here, and he just missed the jack, so at least he found the line right. He's still got 2 more bullets left.
Yeah.
And in the men's final, Matthew Sperry continues to pepper their jack. He's like he's done the whole week. So it looks like that second set is going to be won by Matthews, which means they will go into a tie-break. Very exciting.
Yeah, no, he came back very well. He
Yes.
was the first set down by far, but he managed to get the second set by very good shots. So,
And
That'll be
Kuliani's
good.
having a look at his bowl, and he's picked up the jack, but he's just unfortunately gone to Niksa's bowl,
Cecil.
to Cecil's bowl, sorry. So Cecil has to score this end to force a tie-break. Kuliani has 1 bowl left. If Kuliani can get the shot this last end, then he wins the gold medal. If he does not get the shot this end, then we go to a tie-break. Niksa's had another run there, so it's another 2 Matthews, so that's 14-1. So that set is basically done and dusted. They will only play 6 ends in that set, so that game now will go to a tie-break as well. Cecil now is playing, is a little bit narrow, and he almost turned Kuliani in for shot, but now it's opened it up for Kuliani.
Yeah, no, we're getting goosebumps by this last end, yeah.
Right, okay. Nometa, you take over from here.
No, I'm shaking. In the box for 1.
Nometa will take over from here. Explain to us what's happening, Nometa.
Kwa is having a drive, and I think it got.
Kuliani has played a great shot. He put the jack in the box with his last. What a great shot. Congratulations to Kuliani, gold medalist in the junior nationals. I'm sitting here shivering. I cannot believe what I've witnessed. An exhibition of bowls like you would never ever see. And the juniors are onto the green, all congratulating him. It's really a wonderful advert for bowls. Well done, Kuliani.
And we lost our co-commentator as he was running to congratulate his friend.
Yes, Nometa's gone to say well done. Brilliant shot. Very brave shot.
Well done, Kwa.
But no matter called it.
The man. The man. Kwa.
Right, we've got a couple of our juniors next to us over here, gentlemen. Would you like to say a few congratulatory words?
Well done, Kwa, the man. Well done, Kwa, man. You deserved it, bud.
The juniors are swarming Kunyani. He is the hero. He's got about 20 people hanging on to him at the moment. What a great shot and what a great exhibition of bowls from a 20-year-old young man. Great future ahead of him.
And he showed such maturity because Cecil was lying 2 there. But
Yes,
they
brilliant.
pressed the right shot.
He only had one shot, was to run the jack through the port into the ditch, which he got perfectly.
Now back at the ranch, Niksa's lying 2.
Yeah, I don't know why they're playing another end. The
Shots aren't counting.
the shots are not counting, so basically the game is finished. Maybe they didn't read the conditions of play, but the conditions state that if the player cannot win a set in the final, then we concede that set. Sorry about all the noise in the background, but the juniors are going absolutely wild here. I think they're going to celebrate with Kulyani until the early hours this morning. Yeah, bring him here. Kulyani? Right, I'm trying to get Kunyani away from Molly's fans. He's been mobbed by fans all around him, but we managed to break them off. And I have the pleasure of Kunyani coming into the commentary box with us. Kunyani, great week of bowls. You've played absolutely brilliant the whole week. You've done exceptionally well. The final, you won 2 sets to love, but can you talk us through that last shot that you played?
Oh, okay. Well, I had 2 options. It's either I draw it off or pull the jack straight. But yeah, I just did it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think everybody on the bank was calling you and telling you to put the jack in the box. Did that change your thoughts about that?
Not quite. Yeah. I had one option.
Shot, and I think
Yeah.
you knew what you were going to do.
Yeah.
And it was wonderful to see all the juniors coming to congratulate you. Congratulations on your gold medal. We're very proud of you.
Thank you.
And
The man, the myth, the legend.
let's just we'll follow your progress, and I'm sure you've got a bright future in bowls.
Yeah.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
Tani.
Thank you.
Watch that.
Kunyani is battling to get the words out there.
Meanwhile, the open men are starting the first end of their tiebreak.
They're still playing the same.
Are they?
So in the ladies' vets final, congratulations to Sue Tar. Sue Tar convincingly beat Susan Nell in the final, 2 sets to love. In the men's seniors final, Rudy Jacobs against Francois Kuhn. Rudy Jacobs won the first set, but Francois Kuhn is 8-1 up in the second set. The ladies juniors are still playing. Marisol won 5-2. She won the first set and is 5-2 up in the second set after 5 ends against Baleri.
Marisol is actually playing beautifully. She really is.
I don't think she's been beaten yet.
Well, the men are still playing that first set. I don't know why they would do that. The game is basically, the set is basically sealed.
Well, Matthewson's not playing his last
Lost
ball.
ball, so they haven't started the tiebreak yet. They were supposed to stop playing after one player cannot reach the other player's score. And Francois Kuhn is playing good bowls now. He's running after the ball, owning the green. And Rudy's walking slowly up to the green. The whole momentum of their game has changed. Rudy's looking very tired at the moment.
Looks like Annika's going to pick up 3 here, I think.
Yes, Annika won the first set. She's 3-1 down in the second set against Jolene Bronkhorst after 4 ends. But as we know, Annika, she will keep on fighting, and looks like she has picked up a 2 or 3 to go peels. The men's have just gone for a comfort break at the moment. So that's probably the end of the set. And I think what they will do now is start the tie break.
Yeah, they go. They're tossing.
So the men's final, they have tossed, and it looks like Niksa won the toss, and he's giving the mat away. In these tie breaks, it's very, very important to get that first ball close. You don't want to drop a 2 or a 3 in the first end of a tie break. Then you're really up against it. That first end is vital to score.
Who's your money on, Bob?
I would like to see Matthews. I wouldn't like him to see, but the way he's played this week, I think he's been the most consistent player that I've seen. Not taking anything away from Niksa. Niksa's a wonderful person, wonderful young man. Everybody likes Niksa, and he deserves a chance as well. So I'll sit on the fence on this. But there we go. There goes Matthews again, drawing about 6 inches behind the jack, putting the pressure on straight away. But we know Niksa is a very, very good player under pressure. He got that ball away nice and smooth.
I don't think he's going to make the trip.
Yeah, he's just dropping a bit short now. So from the first bowl, he's immediately under pressure.
And a short ball from Matthews.
Yeah, Matthews had an opportunity there to really put the pressure on, because if you pick up a 2 or a 3 in the first end of a tie break, basically you only have to score one of the next 2 ends. And Niksa, I think he's got to do damage limitation at the moment and try and draw a good second. And he's very close to it. And Niksa has just drawn number 1. What a great shot there by Niksa.
Especially he had to come around his own short ball.
And the balls don't tend to bend around bowls on this green.
Maybe you used the mat a bit.
Yes, probably use the outside of the mat to get a bigger bend. Kuliani has played his first bowl short on the backhand. He's got extra weight this time, but I think he's over-adjusted. Yeah, so he ran through probably about 40 centimeters.
Oh, Jolene's just played a perler.
Well, that ladies' final is really going down to the wire as well. Jolene was 3 shots down and she drew a front toucher. There's no danger for Niksa. Niksa can play with confidence and he can draw another shot similar to his other bowl.
think maybe that last ball from Niksa is a bit of a cover at the back, knowing how well Matthews has boxed the jack, maybe getting a bit of extra delivery, perfect delivery coverage there.
Yeah.
It's going to be a bit tricky to get it back, I think, in that position.
Yeah. I don't think Matthews will play with a lot of weight. I think he's still opting for the draw. I don't think he can get around the bowls with weight.
Seems to like it. Or is he narrow?
Oh, he just crushed the jack there. Great effort there by Matthews. So Niksa has got a bowl to come and he's an opportunity to draw for 2, although Matthews' bowl is about 3 inches behind the jack.
Maybe if he can come round, play onto his own bowl.
Yes.
No, that's
I
very
was thinking
difficult
about
shot.
that, but if he gets it correctly, he could possibly
Matthews out.
turn his bowl onto the jack and stay for 3. He's chosen the safer option. I think he really actually declared that bowl.
Really
I mean, maybe it's a good decision. So Niksa takes a 1-0 lead in the tiebreak after the first end.
But just looking at Jolene's delivery, and it reminds me very much of the late Elmer Davis's delivery. I don't know if you noticed that, Bobby.
Yeah, well, they're from the same district, and I
They
know
were,
Alma
yeah.
did a lot of coaching down there. Bless her heart, bless her soul. Wonderful lady. We miss terribly around the bowl scene.
Just check it out with her next ball.
This end is critical here for Matthews to score. If he does not score this end, he's going to be under huge pressure going into the final end of the tiebreak, and Niksa has dropped about 2.5 meters short with his first ball. Given Matthews the opportunity, and Matthews has been playing this backhand going towards away from the board exceptionally well. A great shot from Niksa. Niksa's drawn a couple of inches behind the jack. Matthews is going to battle to get out of this. Umpire says it's probably about 10 centimeters away. What a great effort there from Matthews. And Niksa is still holding one. He's got an opportunity to really apply the pressure. Niksa is slightly short, which leaves Matthews
Coach Joe,
Yes.
as we thought from Maureen Miller.
Matthews has played such a great shot, but he got no result. They just bent away at the last minute. If he'd found that shot ball, he could have made 3. He still has another bowl to come. I think it's important for Niksa to try and get a bowl either in the head or slightly behind, because if Matthews trails the jack, he could make 3. If he turns the ball through for 3, or if he trails the jack, he could make 2 or 3. Niksa sticking on his backhand, which is a good decision. He's played all his balls on the backhand.
And Bobby, we were right. Alma Davis did coach Jolene Broncos. Thank you, Maureen Muller, for that information.
Well, that's another great shot there from Niksa. Really a good player under pressure. Playing the big shots at the right time. The umpire has not indicated any more than one, so I think it's only the one shot at the moment to Niksa. This is the big ball coming up now. I think Matthews will continue on his forehand because he has two options there. He can either rest the shot ball, or alternatively slightly wide he could turn his ball over a couple of times for shot. If he comes through the port, he could trail the jack for a couple as well, and he was so close with the first. So there he's going on the forehand, and he's stalking it, but he doesn't look too happy with it. Oh, and he just missed the jack again. What a great effort there.
That looks like 2 to Niksa.
So that's 1 to Niksa. So Niksa is 2-0 up. Playing the final end of the tiebreak. If Matthews picks up a 2 this end, they will go to an extra end of the tiebreak.
A sudden death. Wouldn't that be exciting?
Sudden death. One head shootout. In the men's Vets Open, Rudy Jacobs won the first set. He's down 10-5 in the second set with 2 ends to play. In the ladies juniors, Marizelle Rousseau is now 8-2 up against Valeri after 6 ends. Important for Niksa to get his first ball close. Keep the pressure up.
Not a million miles away.
Again, Niksa is a great opener, but it's slightly wide of the jack. So Matthews does have an opportunity to play with half a meter of weight to find the ball or to find the jack. Matthews has played a great shot. He's now holding 1. The problem is now he needs to get another one in there somehow. But I'm sure Niksa's having a good look at it. I'm sure he's not going to leave that end like it is at the moment. If Niksa changes his hand and trails the jack on the forehand behind his own ball, that will certainly help a lot to win the set and the game. The tiebreak set and win the game. Probably correctly so. He played his first ball on the backhand. So he's choosing the safer option again to try and get another ball into the head. And he's very close. He's about 30 centimeters short of the jack. Matthews has another opportunity now. He needs to come inside Niksa's second shot to make 2. Marizelle has just made 3 good shots, so she's lying game at the moment with 2 ends to play, and she's already 6 shots up. Francesca's played an equally good shot and trailed the jack for 2. Marizelle is going to have a run at the jack. Having a full go. And she's taken both balls out of the head. What a great shot. And that will be for game. Because she has taken both of Valeri's balls off the green. And so Valeri can only pick up a 1, which means that Marizelle has won the final of the ladies juniors. Congratulations to both ladies. They played wonderful balls. And it's a very good advert 4 bowls in South Africa.
Oh, meanwhile,
and Matthew Sperry
what a
has just
brilliant
played a
bowl.
great shot to make 2 out of it.
Brilliant.
Niksa has 1 bowl to play.
And so does Matthews. That was just brilliant.
Victor. So Niksa has got his last ball to play.
Looks like he might have a bit of running there. Oh, he's not going to make the trip, is he? Oh.
Niksa's played a great shot. Yes, played a great shot. So Matthews is only holding the 1. Matthews has to draw another ball for a game. Joining me in the commentary box is Victor Sapali, the current JBA Masters champion. Victor, we're watching your fellow greenkeeper on the green at the moment. Victor's a legend of bowls. He's going to Australia tomorrow. Are you looking forward to the trip, Victor?
Oh yes, I'm looking forward to the trip. Yeah, very excited, Mr. Bob.
Yeah. Right, Matthews is playing his last bowl, and he's running after it. Oh, and he just slipped the jack. But congratulations to both players. Exceptionally good final. Well done to Niksa Bengurik. South African gold medal in the Commonwealth Games. It's a wonderful opportunity for Niksa.
Yes, Bob. Even Matthew did very well to reach the finals. He played very well, even though he lost in the final. But he tried. He played best balls.
He played very good balls throughout. Yes, it's his first Masters as well. And you played. Did you play against him?
Yes, I played against him and managed to beat him in a tiebreaker.
Yeah, a lot of the games went to tie breaks.
Yeah.
But I actually watched that game of yours against him, and it was a high-class game. Both players drawing immaculately. But it's so wonderful, Victor, to see so many African players playing here in the finals and during the tournament and doing exceptionally well. Are you proud of that?
Yeah, I'm very proud, and I wish we can get more African guys to come and play this sport, because you can see it's a sport for everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And do you know much about Koryani, who's just won the junior Masters? Do you know anything about him?
Actually, I don't know much about him. I only know his dad is, but him, I can say it's the first time I see him playing such good balls.
Yeah, he's got a bright future in both South Africa, and he's a lovely, well-mannered young man as well.
Yes, look, he played very well. For him to win this junior masters, it's a good thing to do. Hopefully next year we'll see him somewhere, maybe. You never know, but we'll see him somewhere there.
Yes, I'm sure the future is bright for him. But thanks for checking to us, Victor. How did your tournament go?
No, my tournament, I can say I win some, I lose some, but anyway, I enjoyed the weekend.
Yeah, great.
Yes,
I think that's the most important thing, to be a part of the Festival of Bowls and to enjoy the occasion. So well done to you, and well done to all your fellow African players.
No, thank you very much, Bob.
Right, great. I'll just keep you updated with the ladies' final. Are they skipping the ladies' final now?
Tiebreaker. First end of the tiebreaker.
Right, the ladies are playing a tie-break set, which means they're playing 3 ends. We'll just update you what's happening there. We'll try and get some coverage of that game. The men's veterans final is also going to a tie-break. The first end of the tie-break, Jolene Bronkhorst is holding the 1 shot against Annika. But Annika's got 2 bowls very, very close to the jack. Great effort there from Annika, who just slipped through. So Jolene has the opportunity to draw for 2. She needs to get another bowl in the head, because if Annika removes Jolene's bowl with her last bowl, she could end up getting a 4. Jolene is
Little short
dropped
there.
short there, so she's left herself with 1 bowl in her head. Annika has played so many big shots this tournament, and she's having a good look at it. She's composing herself on the green, coming to have a look at the head, which I think is probably the right thing to do, to get all your angles right. And just to compose herself, and she knows if she can turn that bowl through for 4 on the first end of a tie break, she's very close to the gold medal. So this is a vital shot. The men have started their tie break. The men's veterans have started their tie break as well.
Want to do an interview with him quickly? The winner?
Exactly, that great shot by Annika to pick up a 4 in the first end of the tiebreak. What a great... With me, I have the current South African Masters champion, Niksa Bengurik. Congratulations, Niksa. You had a wonderful week. You played great ball throughout, and you showed the big BMT at the end there. Congratulations on your win. How did you feel about it in the final?
A little bit nervous to start, but the first set went alright. I lost it a little bit in the second, but managed to come right when it needed to in the tiebreaker. I just want to say well done to Matthews as well. He played an exceptional game, and yeah, I just managed to get over the line.
Yeah, congratulations. Like we said, it couldn't have happened to a nicer person. You well liked throughout the Bowl South Africa fraternity, and you're one of the nice guys in the game, and you're a role model for a lot of youngsters there, particularly I know in BG, and they're all supporting you there now, and they must have been having a big party at Wingate Park this afternoon. So congratulations. Can you tell us a little about your section? I know you had a very tough section, and this morning there were 3 players who had a chance of reaching the final.
Yes, very tough section indeed. Coming into the last game, I needed to beat Sean Thomas to get into the final. Had I lost Wayne Roberts or Brendan Fern, still had a chance to get in. I only lost the 1 game though in the section, that was to Jerry Baker. But yeah, good bowls and tough competition. Glad to manage.
Right, we've been talking to quite a few players about the sets format. We know it is a worldwide trend that every country is going to revert to sets in the future. What are your feelings about that?
I like the set format. I think it's something exciting. You're always in the game. It's exciting for the crowd and something innovative and new for bowls, which I think will attract more people to the game. So I'm all for it, yeah.
Yeah, that's great to hear. As we said, there's a new generation coming up there, a new generation of soccer coming up and stepping into the shoes now of the older players now, and it's nice to see. Nice to see so many young players who are in contention this morning, and the juniors as well. This young Kanye Kalini had a great week, and he played. Did you manage to take a glimpse and watch his final bowl?
I saw his last shot. We put the jack in the box. It's incredible.
Yeah,
to win the tournament like that, that's what a shot.
Yeah, it was amazing. There were a big crowd gathered here on the side there. There were more people watching the juniors than anybody else, and it was like scoring the winning goal in the FA Cup final. He was mobbed by people all over the show. Do you know much about Kunyari?
I don't actually. It's the first time I've seen him. It looks like he plays a good game. I don't think he actually lost a game throughout the tournament. He was unbeaten. So well done to him. Yeah. Brilliant.
Right, thank you very much, Niksa. Wish you all the success going forward. You are in the gold squad, and I'm sure your opportunity will come very, very soon to get the Protea colours. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Oh, so Annika only picked up 2 shots in the previous end, and we Jolene is holding. The crowd has clapped for Annika, so it looks like she might be holding. The markers indicating the red or the maroon, and that is Annika's bowl. Right, in the men's tiebreak, Rudy Jacobs was 2 or 3 down there, and he ran the jack. The jack was burnt, and it looks like it's going to be re-spotted.
No, he should never have taken
the umpire made a mistake. He took the bowl out of the jack out of the ditch. It wasn't burnt. You have to re-spot the jack.
Jolene has played another wonderful bowl. I think she's opened it up a bit. Debbie Phillips. It looks like Jolene's lying one with a measure. I think she signalled 1 to Jolene with a measure for 2.
In front of the jack, so that was a great shot by Rudy. If Rudy scores this end, wonderful for him. Annika's playing her bowl, beautiful delivery, comes out very, very smoothly.
Oh.
But likewise, we've seen so many times this weekend, we're playing with a little bit of weight, it just doesn't seem to get back. Right, this is a big bowl for Jolene. If Jolene draws another one, she probably pick up 2. If she moves the jack, any movement of the jack, she will pick up 3 and take a 1-shot lead going into the tiebreak, the final end of the tiebreak. Jolene was a little bit tentative with her last. She didn't need to.
She didn't follow through nicely. She's got such a lovely follow through.
Yes.
She doesn't just snatch at that one.
Yeah, she might regret that bowl. She had a chance there.
as your all round.
And she knows it, but it all happens to us under pressure. You tense up a little bit. Annika's conceded the one shot, having a good look for the second. And the marker is putting the gum guards around the jack and propping the bowls to make sure that they don't move while she is measuring. So Rudy Jacobs picked up a single, which means that he will now be 2 shots up, playing the last end of the tiebreak. Francois Kuhn needs 2 shots to force an extra end of the tiebreak. So
Just the one for Jolene. But she's still in touch.
yes, Trish only needs to score, that's all. She scores this head and then I play an extra head and she scores that head and the title is hers. So this head is crucial, and Annika is showing a little bit of a twitch there. She looks very nervous at the moment, but I'm sure her experience will get her through. And Rudy's a great opener there. It's about 2 inches in front of the jack, but right in front. A great ball by Rudy. Rudy played in the Vets Masters last year and he lost to the final against Stoffel Lamprecht. So this is another opportunity for him. And he's been away from the game for a couple of years now, but now he's an expert here bowler. Francois Kuhn has actually touched the jack. And he's opened it up. And Rudy's still holding the one. Right, then back to the ladies. Final. This could be the final end of the tiebreak. Unless Jolene picks up 1 shot. If Jolene picks up 1 shot, they will play an extra end of a tiebreak. Sudden death. Well, she just drawn the shot. She's holding 2 at the moment. But Annika, with her class, I'm sure she will adjust for the first bowl. The first bowl, she ran through about 1 meter. Yeah, looks like she's over-adjusted. But she looks very nervous at the moment, Jolene. Annika, sorry. Annika's looking very, very tense at the moment, but only takes 1 bowl. She's got 2 bowls left. Just has to draw 1 shot. It's important now that Jolene applies the pressure.
She's looking good too, Bobby.
Yep, looking very good.
Looking excellent.
Oh, what a great shot. Unfortunately, it didn't sit in front of the jack. It's given Annika a shot to play. Jolene is now holding 3 shots. Annika's playing with a bit of weight and she's gone narrow, which means she only has 1 ball left. I think
Jolene must walk up and just look at this herself.
yes, she either has to change that head by turning the bowl or turning the jack, or otherwise dropping about 1 foot in front of it. That would be the perfect shot.
Not easy to play a block.
She's actually changed her hand.
Maybe she's coming through to match those.
Yes, that's also an option. Well, she's just drawn another shot, so she's holding 4 shots at the moment.
She's left herself very vulnerable.
Yep. She's allowed.
Walked up to have a look.
Yeah, she's allowed Annika to actually play the shot. She's left the shot open to be played. You find that a lot of the top players will close the shot out before the opposition plays the shot. But now she's given Annika a chance to rest her bowl and to make game. Annika's last bowl. Annika's stalking it, she's having a look. And she's fading away. And congratulations to Jolene Bronkhorst. What a wonderful final by both ladies. Really top class bowls.
Jolene has played so well all through. Elma Davis will be very proud.
Congratulations to Jolene Bronkhorst, the South African Ladies Masters Champion 2023, and Annika Snyman, the runner-up.
Again, it's a runner-up. I think she was runner-up to Colleen a couple of times.
Yes, but the consistency is always there, and it's so great to see. You know, you're going to win your games and lose your games, but Annika always seems to be there. She'll get another chance. She'll get another turn in the future. She is one of the young guns coming up in South African bowls, so that's wonderful. We'll take a little bit of a break and come and do an interview. If I can just update you with the men's veterans final, Rudy Jacobs is 2-0 up after 2 ends in the tiebreak, which means they are playing the last end of the tiebreak. And at this stage, Rudy is holding the shot. Francois has 1 ball left to play. Rudy has no balls left to play. And it's a very difficult shot for Francois at the moment because Rudy is lying the shot about a foot onto the side of the jack. Francois has to try and trail the jack on his forehand to make 2. And Francois is having a good look at it. He's stalking it. He's very close to it. And he's turned the shot ball through. It might be 1 or it might be 2 to Francois. So, yes, great shot by Francois Kuhn. So they're playing an extra head of the tiebreak.
I don't think we've had one this tournament. We have, yeah. Have you? Yeah, well, yesterday Matthews had a... Oh, really?
Can we
Great games, eh? It's been wonderful. I think it just shows how good the greens are because you can't play good bowls on crap.
Are they sorting now? Yeah. The last is the last. So, yeah, I can move the camera.
Right, we've set up the cameras again. We're going to show you the last end or the extra end of the tiebreak between Rudy Jacobs and Francois Kuhn. We're just doing a reset here. What they do now is the players toss again for the 3rd time in the game and to decide who will go first in the extra head of a tiebreak.
They're doing it on the other camera.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's live now, isn't it? It is live. Okay. It is live on Talking Heads Cape Town.
Right, Francois Kuhn has got the mat. He's taken the mat. He won the toss, decided to take the mat and bring the mat up. That's what was working for him the whole game. It's probably a good option. A lot of players like to give the mat away or give the jack away. But if you're finding a length, rather play the length that you want to in the tiebreak. So this is it. This head will decide who is the winner of the Veteran Masters 2023. Exciting finishes in a lot of the games there, Trish.
We couldn't have had better finals, I don't think. Each one of them had something.
Yes, and there were 3 games that went the full distance to tie breaks, which makes it very interesting. This is where the BMT comes in now. How smoothly the ball comes out of the hand.
And both these players
Francois is very close.
BMT.
Yeah, they're both ex-Protea players. So well done there to Francois.
Bobby, I don't think we can be ex-Proteas. Once we're Proteas, aren't we always
yes,
Proteas?
I apologise. Really, you are Protea.
I don't believe in being an ex-anything, actually. Nobody can ever take it away from us.
That's
that
exactly.
we played for South Africa. Is Rudy coming up a bit short here?
Yeah, it's very unlikely Rudy to drop short.
If I was Francois, I'd get another one close and then stick everything else at the back.
I think what Rudy is already planned in his mind, he wants to run that jack into the ditch. And he's got the last ball, and he's very good at that shot.
I wonder what Donnie Pickett would do.
Well, Donnie would bring the mat halfway up the green.
And try and box the white.
Not with his first ball, but he will leave the option there. Probably play his first ball through, and then look to put the jack in the box. I think Rudy might be looking at eyeing that jack right now.
I think he's winding up for it.
He's elected to draw again.
If you're listening, Donnie, tell us what you would do. We would be so love to hear. Or is he pulling up short?
Well, he's pretty close, but he just didn't quite have the weight. I think from now on he's made up his mind. He's give
He's got to
himself
box the white.
2 bites of the cherry. So if I was Francois, that's what I would do on the backhand. Play and pull the jack and take the shot away from Rudy.
No, Francois is interested. He's running after it.
Oh, it's a great shot. It's a great shot. He's moved the jack now. Now the problem is if Rudy burns the head, the jack will be respotted on the 2 meter mark. And in that case there, it looks like Rudy would be holding.
Do you think so, Bobby? I don't think so. I think it's Francois. The red one. Yeah, the red one. That's Rudy's. It will.
Right, Rudy, another way Rudy walks. When he has a long look, walking backwards, he normally has made up his mind already. Can we just finish his head? Rudy is having a good look there. I don't think he wants to have a full go because if it does burn, it might go against him.
They're still drawing.
Yeah, he's playing over a draw this time. And he doesn't like it, does he?
Oh.
No, he's given himself second shot there.
And has he put one at the back? Or
Which
is that
is another
Francois?
option.
It's tricky with white bowls.
Yes, I think what possibly could happen now is that Rudy's bowl could be covering the spot. I think Rudy's bowl could be covering the spot, which means that if Rudy runs it and burns it, he will be holding the shot. It's up to Francois now. I don't know what he's going to do, but I think the important things.
I would get close to the ditch if that was me.
The jack is to the ditch, Trish. I think it's going to, if he hits the bowl, it's going to burn.
No, Francois is deciding on a.
And a sort of a block shot, yep.
Oh.
That's a very good bowl. That's a very good bowl. I think Rudy's left it too late now.
I'm actually surprised because I would really would.
Yeah, when you know Rudy, you know you look for the runner. Yeah, but he's still got an option.
Oh, Francois only lying on one. Well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, if he runs it, it probably will burn unless it ricochets off the side back.
And whose bowl is the closest one on the ditch there?
That's Francois' bowl.
So Francois is sitting in a pretty good position.
Yeah. So it looks like at this stage Rudy has got the spot. If they burn it and they respot the jack, it looks like Rudy has got the spot. So I think that's the only option for him. If he does manage to miss the ball and pick up the jack, there is a chance his ball could follow through. However, the angle is not in Rudy's favour.
Well, here we go.
Rudy has played the shot so many times this weekend already. Last bowl of a tiebreak, he's going to look like he's going to run the shot bowl. It's
No.
Over the weight. He's having a look. And I think he's gone too wide. So, bad luck to Phiri. Congratulations to Francois Kuhn.
And another gold medal for BGN.
Gold medal for BGN. Congratulations. That's 4 gold medals for BGN. Congratulations, Francois Kuhn, Veterans Masters winner. We'll now switch over to the ladies Masters Open winner, Jolene Bronkhorst, and to interview her is Lila Young will be interviewed.
Jolene, baie geluk met die wen van jou eerste Masters. Hoe het jy die toernooi gevind?
Dit was lekker. Dit was interessant om teen Springbokke te speel en al die groen en goud te sien is baie intimiderend, maar lekker.
En hoe het jy die perke gevind en hoe het jy die klub se gasvryheid gevind?
Die perke was lekker. Dit was regtig, was lekker, stadig in die oggend, maar hy het vinnig opgetel en ja, jy kry hier en daar 'n moeilike set, maar algemeen baie lekker en die klub was baie goed, die mense was gasvry, nee, baie lekker.
Sê vir ons, hoe was die senuwees?
O nee, die senuwees het regtig geknaag. En die keis, ja nee, dit was lekker.
En ons formaat van die toernooi?
Interessant, ek was regtig bang. Ja, 2 sets van 9 en dan die tiebreak is interessant, maar dit was interessant. Ja, ek het gemengde gevoelens daaroor, maar dis lekker. Dit is 'n baie lekker formaat.
Ek dink vir die toeskouers, dink jy dit is 'n beter formaat vir toeskouers?
So, dis 'n baie interessante vraag. Ja, ek dink so. Dit hou al 2 spelers is die hele tyd half